So welcome to another 3D Blu-ray movie talk video. And before I go into like some new movies I got, I'll just briefly talk about some that I've watched and tried to watch. You know, this was my second attempt to watch Dune, and I'm not going to say it's bad because it gets, rave reviews and stuff, really good reviews. The 3D is definitely pretty good in it. But it's the way the scene to scene progression, the way the story is told or whatever. It's just off-putting to me. I've not experienced a movie like that, and it feels very non-cinematic, non-movie-like to me. And maybe that's what they were going for. They're trying to tell, I guess, a pretty complex story. And maybe I've never read the book, but maybe in the way the book was written, I don't know. So, I don't know. The second one, which I actually got through, I took like 2 to 3 days to watch it because the 3D is on 2 different discs. So it's about 3 hours and something long, if I remember correctly. So about an hour and a half on each disc. Nothing wrong with the picture quality, the 3D, the immersion, colors popping, everything is great. And, this is what a lot of people say. This is the 3D, what all 3D experiences and immersion should be. I just couldn't get into the movie. It's long, just didn't like it. And it's not that I dislike it. If I said there was a score between 1 and 5, I'd probably give it like a 3. So it's not terrible in my mind. It's not like Terminator 2 or some of the other movies that I find better. And it's been so long since the first Avatar came out that I can't even remember how well I liked the original. I just knew it kind of, there was a few 2 or 3 movies that kind of shot 3D out into the mainstream for a while again, and to the forefront. And Avatar, they showed it originally in 2 or 3 different projection types, 2 or 3 types of glasses. And one of the types, I heard people say that it felt like we were in Pandora, like it was all around us. And it was like the most amazing experience. Now, I didn't watch it in theaters at all, but I did get the 3D Blu-ray probably not too long after it came out. And, I didn't get that experience, but, I did get the sense of depth and immersion. Just not the, like everything was behind me and beside me and, just fully immersed into the 3D. Now, Godzilla King of Monsters 3D. This has been out for a while. I've just intentionally not got it because of the price. And, I got the 4K version that I've watched, when it came out. And I just waited and waited until, I found something somewhat of an unacceptable price, I guess. I know Big Lots got a bunch of these a year and a half ago, and so many Big Lots stores had these, but I went to my local Big Lots and I couldn't find them. They were like $5 or $9 or $7 or something. So I did pay a little bit more for this, but I finally got it in my set and haven't watched it yet. I want to see, because I've heard it's got pretty good depth. I decided to make this video when everything was calm, and of course, as soon as I started rolling this video, I've been so distracted. Kids everywhere making noise, fighting and squirting water on each other, dogs making noises. Kind of sucks, but I still think it's, this is cool because I finally got my first Turbine Media 3D films. Bumblebee. It's finally released after several years of not having a 3D version, not on a physical copy though, at least. And Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Wow. So Turbine Media has been releasing some of the movies that Random Space Media had released, except I think they fixed some of the issues with like Sing 2. I think they also added Atmos soundtracks versus whatever DTS HD or whatever the other ones were released with. So these both have Atmos. See, Dolby Atmos. Dolby Atmos. So that's the back of them. Check out the spine. So these are collector series and they're numbered. So if you get all the Turbine releases and the future releases, they'll probably be numbered from 1 to however many they release. Bumblebee is number 7 and Rise of the Beast is 8. And I have one movie on order that I haven't really wanted for myself, Polar Express 3D. And my oldest son, really loves Polar Express. At least over the last 2 years, he's been obsessed with it, especially around Christmas time. So I went ahead and I did a best offer on eBay, and I think I got it for like $6 or $7. So about $12 after shipping. So it's used, but hopefully it's in good condition, and we'll add it to the collection. Turbine Media is supposed to be releasing Friday the 13th 3D, Scream 6, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem soon. I've heard the latter doesn't have the best 3D, but anything is better than nothing. And you could say or ask, hasn't Friday the 13th been released on 3D before by Scream Factory or something? It was released in Anaglyph first, which was bad quality. Then Scream Factory, they did like a dud. Something was wrong with the intro. Then they reissued it with the fixed intro. And if rumors are to be believed, they're going to do or have done a major cleanup on Friday the 13th. So it should look way better than the old release. There's also a rumor that the Super Mario Brothers movie will be released by Turbine Media too. It's just not confirmed yet, so it's hard to tell. But such a new movie, I love the movie. I thought it was great with Donkey Kong and everybody in it, and I think it was released on some streaming services in 3D, but no physical releases, not yet at least. So fingers crossed. A new release coming, The Glass Web, which is probably like a 50s film, I'm assuming. It's coming from Kino Lorber Classics, and it's available for pre-order already.